Okay, I hope I'm audible to all students who are attending this lecture of introductory macroeconomics. Okay, in this particular lecture, we intend to look at a very important topic within the introductory macroeconomics course. As all students can see on their screens, national income accounting. Okay, this is the topic we plan to start in this particular lecture. And the book I prefer to follow for my lectures on national income accounting, this is Abel N. Bernanke. Abel N. Bernanke is the book which I prefer to follow for the lectures on national income accounting. Now, students have done national income accounting in high school economics. Okay. Now, what do national income accounts measure? So, if we just look at this, national income accounts are an accounting framework which are used to measure the current economic activity. So basically, national income is going to capture the amount of economic activity by measuring the market value of the final goods and services which are produced by the normal residents of a country in a given accounting year. So you can clearly see that national income accounts are based on the idea that the amount of economic activity that occurs during a period of time can be measured in terms of the following approaches. Okay, you can see the following approaches on the screen, which are as follows: the product approach, the income approach, and the expenditure approach. Okay, so if you look at the product approach, it measures the amount of output produced, excluding that output which is used up in the intermediate stages of production. So that means that particular output which is in the intermediate stage is not a part of national income, because if we add intermediate goods or services to national income, it creates the problem of double counting. Okay, so that is the first point, that the product approach is going to measure the amount of output produced, but excluding that output which is used in the intermediate stages of production. Okay, the income approach will capture the income received by the producers of output, and the expenditure approach is going to capture the amount of spending by the ultimate purchasers of output. Okay, so that means national income, which measures the economic activity in an economy, you can capture it by product approach or income approach or expenditure approach. Product approach will tell us the amount of output which is produced in the economy, excluding that output which is used in the intermediate stages of production. We do not add output in the intermediate stage because adding that creates the problem of double counting, because the final output automatically includes the value of the intermediate output. Income approach is going to capture the amount of economic activity by calculating the income received by the producers of output. Expenditure approach is going to calculate the amount of economic activity by calculating the amount of spending by the ultimate purchasers of output. Now comes a very important point which students can see on their screen, which is as follows. All these three approaches listed above give identical measurements of amount of current economic activity. That means theoretically, the national income calculated by the product approach, income approach, and expenditure approach should all be equal. Okay, so now let us now go deeper into product approach. I have just stated product approach very briefly, but now let's go into the depth of product approach. Okay, so you can clearly see on your screen, the product approach measures the economic activity by adding the market value of goods and services produced, excluding goods and services used up in the intermediate stages of production. So when we talk about the product approach, we talk about the value added concept. So all students can note down this formula. Value added by any producer is equal to the value of its output minus the value of the input it purchases from other producers. So when we talk about the concept of value added, it is nothing but the value of output minus the value of inputs used for intermediate consumption. So the product approach is going to compute the economic activity by summing up the value added by all producers. So if I come to the whiteboard to explain this all to students, okay. So we are now looking at measuring national income by product method. Now the formula which we have done within the product method makes use of the value added concept. Value added of any producer. Students can write this formula. Value added of any producer is equal to the value of its final output, minus value of the input, or I can say value of the intermediate inputs, purchased from other producers. Okay, so value added by any producer is given by this particular formula. And when we are going to capture the economic activity by product method, so I can say national income by product method, or let me use the exact term, economic activity. Economic activity by product method. Economic activity by product method is equal to sum of the value added by all producers. That means when you add the value added by all producers in the economy, you get the amount of economic activity by the product method. Okay, so now guys, let's take an example to calculate the amount of economic activity by product method. So let's look at this example. So consider two businesses. One is Orange Incorporation. I am exactly taking the example from Abel and Bernanke. And another business is Juice Incorporation. Orange Incorporation and Juice Incorporation. Okay. And we have the following transactions. So I am writing the transactions for all students. Orange Incorporation transactions are as follows. Wages paid by Orange Incorporation are $15,000. Taxes paid by Orange Incorporation are $5,000. Okay. Revenue from sale. Now guys, we are given that the total revenue from sale is $35,000, and out of this total revenue, the oranges sold to the public are $10,000, and oranges sold to Juice Incorporation are $25,000. So you can see that 10,000 plus 25,000 makes it 35,000. The total revenue which the Orange Incorporation is earning from sale of oranges is $35,000. Now, out of that, the oranges which are sold to the public are worth $10,000, and the revenue from sale of oranges to Juice Incorporation is $25,000. Okay, now let us look at the transactions of Juice Incorporation. Let's look at the transactions of Juice Incorporation. So again, wages paid by Juice Incorporation are $10,000. Taxes paid by the Juice Incorporation are $2,000. Oranges purchased from Orange Incorporation. So the Juice Incorporation is going to purchase oranges from Orange Incorporation. So these are $25,000. You can see this is the same as this. Okay, and then we have revenue from sale of orange juice. Revenue from sale of orange juice, which is how much? Which is $40,000. So guys, this is the data which is given to us. Okay, and we need to calculate the amount of economic activity by product method. Okay, so let's calculate the amount of economic activity by product method. So if I use product method, so product method is going to add the total output produced by both the incorporations, but it is going to subtract the intermediate consumption. Okay, so if we look at value added, so I can write what is the value added by Orange Incorporation. Value added by Orange Incorporation is equal to the total value produced. How much is the total value of output produced? Total value of output is $35,000. Okay. Now you can see that Orange Incorporation is not purchasing any intermediate inputs from anywhere. If you look at the transactions, Orange Incorporation has no intermediate consumption because Orange Incorporation is not buying from any other firm. So value added by Orange Incorporation is exactly equal to its revenue, which is $35,000. But if we calculate the value added by Juice Incorporation, value added by Juice Incorporation is how much? How much is the Juice Incorporation producing? It is creating a revenue of $40,000. So the value is $40,000. But you can clearly see that the Orange Incorporation, the Juice Incorporation is buying oranges from Orange Incorporation. So what is this? This is nothing but intermediate consumption. The Juice Incorporation buys oranges from Orange Corporation, which are then used to make orange juice, which is sold for $40,000. So $40,000 automatically includes the value of $25,000. That means I need to subtract $25,000, which is my intermediate consumption. And that is the formula which I had just written a few minutes back. Value added by Juice Incorporation is equal to the total value of output minus intermediate consumption, which is $15,000. So what is the total value added in the economy? So I can write on the top of the screen total value added. Total value added in the economy is 35,000 plus 15,000. 35,000 plus 15,000, which is exactly equal to $50,000. This is the total value added in the economy, or I can say this is nothing but the amount of economic activity by product method. is the economic activity by the product method. Okay, it is the economic activity by product method. It is nothing but $50,000. So hoping that students have understood this. Okay, I hope there are no doubts to any student from what we have done till now. Okay, now let's come back to the lecture note. Okay, let's come back to the lecture note. So you can see that I have explained the same example in the lecture note as well. You can see the same example of Orange Incorporation, Juice Incorporation, which we have solved on the whiteboard. Okay, now let's come to income approach and let's use the same example to evaluate the amount of economic activity by income approach. So first of all, let's look at the definition of income approach. So income approach measures the economic activity by adding all the incomes received by the producers of output, which includes wages. Wages are received by the workers, profits are received by the firms. Okay, so income approach is going to capture the amount of economic activity by adding incomes of all the producers of output, which includes wages and profits. So if I come back to the whiteboard, let's take the same question, and on the right hand side, let's calculate the economic activity by income approach. So we take the same example of Orange and Juice Incorporation. Okay, so let us calculate the wages and profits of Orange and Juice Incorporation. So first of all, let's look at Orange Incorporation. What are the wages paid by the Orange Incorporation? $15,000. Wages paid are $15,000. And what are the before tax profits of the Orange Incorporation? Because you can see they are also paying taxes, and taxes are income of the government. Okay, so I can write what are the before tax profits. Before tax profits of Orange Incorporation are, so Orange Incorporation earns a revenue of $35,000. Okay, and the tax paid by the Orange Incorporation is how much? So all of us know how to calculate profits. Profits are nothing but total revenue minus total cost. Now total revenue is 35,000. What is the total cost? Orange Incorporation is only paying wages worth $15,000. So before tax profits of Orange Incorporation are total revenue minus the total cost, which is nothing but $20,000. These are the before tax profits of Orange Incorporation. Okay, now let's look at Juice Incorporation. Now, what are the wages paid by Juice Incorporation? Juice Incorporation is paying wages of $10,000, which is the income of the workers. And what is the income of the incorporation itself? I can calculate the before tax profits of Juice Incorporation. Again, before tax profits is nothing but total revenue minus total cost. Now, total revenue earned by Juice Incorporation is $40,000. Minus what is the total cost? Juice Incorporation is paying wages worth 10,000. Okay, Juice Incorporation is paying wages worth 10,000. Juice Incorporation is also buying oranges from Orange Incorporation worth 25,000. So plus 25,000. So you can clearly see the total cost of Juice Incorporation includes two components: wages paid and oranges purchased from Orange Incorporation. So if I calculate this, guys, how much it comes out? 40,000 minus 35,000, which is $5,000. Now, how will I calculate the economic activity? Very simple. I am erasing the initial portion of the screen and we can calculate. We just need to add all these components. Okay, that means we need to add the wages of Orange Incorporation, before tax profits of Orange Incorporation, wages of Juice Incorporation, before tax profits of Juice Incorporation. So I can say that total income in the economy is how much? Total income in the economy is equal to wages of Orange Incorporation plus before tax profits of Orange Incorporation plus wages of Juice Incorporation plus wages plus before tax profits of Orange Incorporation, Juice Incorporation, which is $5,000. When I add all of them up, 15 plus 20, 35 plus 10, 45 plus 5, $50,000. So clearly you can see that total income in the economy is $50,000, which is same as the total value added in the economy by product method, which was also $50,000. Okay, so hoping that students have understood the calculations for the total income in the economy using the income approach. Now, just a suggestion, if I take before tax profits, I need not need to add the income of the government, which is tax. But if you take after tax profits, then you will also have to add taxes because taxes are the income of the government. So if you are taking before tax profits in your solution, you don't need to add the tax because before tax profits automatically include the tax. But if you are adding instead of before tax profits, if you are adding after tax profits, then after tax profit, then you also need to add the taxes paid because taxes are technically the income of the government. So either add before tax profits or add after tax profits plus the taxes. Both will give you the same answer. Okay, and now guys, let's look at the expenditure approach. So if I come back to the lecture note first, we can quickly go through the expenditure approach. So expenditure approach is going to measure the activity by adding the amount spent by all the ultimate purchasers of output. And clearly, guys, if I come back to the lecture note, I shall be taking the doubts as well. But if I come back to the lecture, to the whiteboard, now let's calculate the amount of economic activity by expenditure method. So basically, in calculating the economic activity by expenditure method, we need to add the expenditure by the ultimate purchasers of output. Now, in our example of Orange and Juice Incorporation, who are the ultimate buyers? The ultimate buyers are the public. Public is the ultimate buyer. Okay, so if I look at Orange Incorporation, okay, so how much is the public buying from Orange Incorporation? So amount, I can write amount purchased by the public from Orange Incorporation is how much? $10,000. And amount purchased by the public from Juice Incorporation is how much? How much is the public buying from Juice Incorporation? You can clearly see revenue from sale of orange juice. Now orange juice is sold to the public. What is the revenue? $40,000. So guys, if I now calculate my economic activity by expenditure method, what is it going to be? So you can clearly see that I can say total expenditure in the economy Total expenditure in the economy is nothing but the amount of expenditure by the public on Orange Incorporation, which is $10,000, plus the amount of expenditure by the public on Juice Incorporation, which is $40,000. Their sum exactly comes out to be $50,000. So what do we learn? From this lecture, we learn that total production equals total income equals total expenditure. And in the example which I have taken, all these three are coming out as $50,000. Total production, total income, and total expenditure, all three of them are coming out as $50,000. So this is called the fundamental identity of national income accounting. So if I come back to the lecture note, you can clearly see that in the above example, we observe that total production equals total income equals total expenditure, and all of them are coming out as 50,000. So the above equation is called the fundamental identity of national income account. That means whenever you have a numerical and you are asked to find out the economic activity by product, income, and expenditure method, you should get the same answer by all the three methods. Okay, so guys, this is where I intend to stop in this particular lecture. The objective of this lecture was to make the concept of national income clear to all students. We have just started with the first lecture today in national income, and the objective was to introduce to all of you how to measure the amount of economic activity using the product method, income method, and expenditure method. Okay, so I hope all students have enjoyed this lecture. In the next lecture, we will go deeper into the product method, income method, expenditure method. Okay, we will talk about the gross domestic product. We will talk about the characteristics of all these three methods which we have done in the lecture today. Okay, so I stop in this lecture. Any doubt, you can unmute your mic and ask, or call up or mail me your doubts at divineschoolofeconomics@gmail.com. So this is where I stop in this lecture.